Sanctum of Oracles.
Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing well, everyone is doing alright. So today we are here to discuss about the first topic is going to be Mercury transit in the sign of Pisces in its debilitation sign. And secondly, we are also going to talk about the cluster which is forming up in the sign of Pisces after 11th of this month, 11th April. When Mercury is going to transit to the sign of Pisces, which already has Sun, Saturn and Mars present in it. We are also going to check how each of the zodiacs are going to be facing problems or facing benefits from these transits and the cluster which is forming up in the sign of Pisces. So without wasting any time, So the first topic that we're going to talk about is the transition of Mercury in the sign of Pisces. That itself, in the last pada of Purva Bhadrapada, we are going to see that Mercury is in the fourth pada of Purva Bhadrapada in the Cancer, the March. So if you see, then the Purva Bhadrapada is not a very good nakshatra when it comes to Mercury, because it represents all the sort of like destruction, verbal lies, conflict, and etc. When Mercury enters in the sign of Pisces, first of all, it is debilitated. Okay, so mostly you will see some negative effects of Mercury, such like there could be communication errors, electronic errors, at the same point of time, verbal conflicts. Now, when it transits into Purva Bhadrapada 4, we are going to see some problems regarding verbal lies, manipulation. At the same point of time, we're also going to see some problems regarding technologies and also regarding our plans. Okay, our plans are not going to be very much stable, it's going to be changing a lot. Secondly is, during this time, we are also going to face some sort of mental turbulence. Our intellect or our decision-making capability is not going to be very well. Now, because of the other planets which are sitting in the sign of Pisces, which is the Sun, Saturn and Mars, this represents a little bit of problematic situation with the government, and the same point of time, it also represents problem such as with the higher officials, especially in your job or any kind of work that you do. The higher officials and you are not only very sort of like good during this point. So work related problems are also going to be seen. And the same point of time, the 12th house natively talks about our dreams and sleep cycle, which is also going to be very problematic during this time. Now, let us check about the individual nakshatras and the planetary placements currently. So you see the second planet is the Mars, which is sitting up in the Uttara Bhadrapada nakshatra in the second pada, which is ruled by Vijit. Uttara Bhadrapada is ruled by Saturn. Of course, Mars is considered to be good in Uttara Bhadrapada in general. But along with other planets, it does give a little bit of problems regarding health issues. Okay, if anyone is facing some sort of cancer problem, especially in health wise, then they need to be getting checked, sort of like, because these things might get increased because of the Mars entry in the sign of Uttara Bhadrapada second pada or second on asterism. Now, this nakshatra, especially when it comes to Mars, it represents destructions are going to be made, or it is going to happen in general because of goodwill. Because the first initial point is going to be that of destruction, but it is going to eventually lead to something good. And second, we are going to talk about Saturn, which is a Uttar Bhadrapada 3. Now, this represents a little bit of problematic situation. Though Saturn acts normal in this nakshatra, is not very good, it's not very bad, but this nakshatra, when it is in Uttara Bhadrapada, it represents laziness and lethargy. Okay, both of the combination of Saturn and Mars in the Uttara Bhadrapada sometimes represents water issues or problem regarding water. So any kind of travel because of Mercury, any kind of trouble regarding water is not going to be very good right now. It's not going to be very much prosperous, or it's not going to be very much easy. Okay, it's not going to be very much good as well. Okay, so any kind of travel regarding water, through water, which is overseas or through boats and all, needs to be cancelled or needs to be taken care of, or you need to very much um, you need to be very much careful when you're traveling, especially through waters or something like that. Okay. Now the last planet, which is the sun, which is in the Revati nakshatras, the fourth pada of Revati nakshatra. Sun, so Revati is all about the collective consciousness. At the same point of it's about money and gains. Sun in the Revati nakshatra gives a little bit of good sign when it comes to money. Okay, when it comes to money, certain amount of money might be coming out from somewhere. Someone might be lucky indeed to get or receive some amount of money. Secondly, the negative effects of sun in Revati nakshatra is going to be wrong news, and at the same point of time rumors are going to be very much during this time, and delusional mindset. Okay, your expectations are going to be very much high, which are not going to be much stable within the situation that you are going to be in. And at the same point of time, as sun enters in the Varivati's fourth pada, it represents problems regarding work, especially disturbances in work from your colleagues. So overall, currently is not good time for travel, definitely, especially over water on any kind of medium. Okay. Secondly is during this time I would be telling people to be a little bit cautious about their money, because during this time there could be some sort of money fraud or etc. Kind of like that. Verbal conflicts with your higher officials or with people in general, and at the same point of time, sleep cycle issues and health issues might be there for some of the natives. Now, that goes for the conjunction of the 4 planets in the sign of Pisces. Now you're going to be checking individually how this is going to affect each and every people of the 12 zodiacs. So you can check through your Lagna or your moon sign, whatever fits you. And then you're going to be pulling a card from our tarot deck in order to get a guidance during the situation. Okay, starting with the circle with that of Aries, which in you, you have currently Venus placed in the sign of Aries. At the same point of time, Venus is in Harani third pada, so it is a good placement part when it comes to Venus planet, and it might return that some sort of desire is going to get fulfilled, especially if you have some sort of luxurious desire on anything regarding the domain of Venus. Okay, so desire fulfillment. Second thing is relationship is going to be good currently for the Aries people, and at the same point of time there is going to be whosoever is in your married life. Okay, there is going to be some sort of good changes coming up for you during this time. So this conjunction of Sun, Saturn, Mars and Mercury happens in your 12th house, which is your sleep cycle. At the same point of time it chooses your long travels, and at the same point of time there is your expenses. So your expenses need to be checked because some sort of money loss might be coming up. At the same point of time, travel over water for you Aries currently should not be made, or if it is made, should be carefully thought about. And at the same point of time, because of too much overthinking, and especially thinking about the past events, and at the same point of time, too much over sort of like exploitation of mind can cause issues departing sleep and rest in general. Okay, for Taurus, this conjunction of planets is happening in your 11, which typically rules our close circles, our close friends, and at the same point of time it represents our overall the gains that we make. Now when this conjunction happens in your 11th house, it represents that there's going to be some sort of disturbance in your close circle, especially with your friends and all. At the same point of time, there's going to be some sort of you're going to be getting money from false people. Okay, so whosoever is getting you money currently or during this time, you need to be checking that person's background or how that money is being given to you. If that is done, then you are going to be remembered. If that is not done, then there's some sort of problems which you're going to be facing. Now the next thing is there is going to be rumors from your close circle, which eventually is going to make a little bit problems in your personal life. Okay, so these 3 kind of problems you can face during this time. The best solution for you currently is to talk less or engage less with your close circle, especially for this 11 to 40 of April. Okay, For Gemini, you already have Jupiter in your sign currently in the Punarvasu Pada 1. So, when Jupiter is in Punarvasu, this nakshatra is all about a certain kind of like addiction. So, during this point of time, you might get prone to addiction, and at the same point of time, there could be some sort of family issue with your wife or with your mother or the female of the family in general. At the same point of time, you're going to be very much arrogant and ego oriented regarding real estate things. Okay, real estate issues might be coming up for you, and you're going to get much more arrogance and egoist regarding that. Now, this conjunction of the 4 planets are happening in your 10th house, representing your work and your career. So, this might be disturbances with the colleagues that you're working with. At the same point of time, you're going to be facing laziness in work, and conflict in work in general is going to be seen, and over work in your workspace or through your the higher officials might be given to you overwork, and you're going to be very hardworking during this time in a negative way. So yeah, not a very good time for the Gemini people currently. For Cancer, this conjunction is happening in your 9th house, representing your luck factor, and at the same point of time, not very long travels like the 12th house, but long travels in general is by the 9th house. So this conjunction might have a in 9,000 presence that destruction or problems that are initially going to, if it is faced initially, later on is going to give you goodness, or later on is going to give you benefits. Okay, so any kind of obstacle, if it is coming currently, expect some good things to come out of that situation. Second thing is this conjunction of Sun and Saturn might create some sort of issues with your father and with the general public in your workspace or in the people that you deal with. Okay, the third thing is currently you should be focusing on signs on in your dreams in general, because your intuition and your dreams are going to be having a lot of solutions of the problems that you're currently facing. For Leo, you have KQ in your sign currently and in the nakshatra of Maha in the 4th kara. So this represents health issues definitely, but it also represents detachment from higher position, or detachment from expectations. Okay, so and the same benefit, it also represents sort of like revolt or rebellion against the higher authority on the person that is hired to be. So this conjunction of Sun, Saturn, Mars and Mercury is happening in your 8th house, certain events house. All the problems which happen suddenly are due by the 8th house. So the same kind of health issues is also in general through the 8th house. So yes, certain health issue might come up, especially in your lower abdominal area. And the second thing is money issues, sudden money loss or sudden money expenditure in a big amount is going to be seen. The third thing is you're going to be facing some sort of revengeous call. Someone who has done bad to you, you're going to be thinking about that, and you're going to be plotting plans for revenge during this time or during this period, especially from 11th to 14th of April. And in general, you should be focusing on the expenses that you do, and at the same point of time focusing on the health. These 2 factors need to be checked. So Virgos, this conjunction happens in your 7th house, representing partnership, your marriage life, and the same point of time, if you're being in a business, your collaborator or the person that you're working with, your partner. So yes, it is some sort of disturbance in the marriage life regarding verbal manipulation. Verbal fights might be happening. There's a high tendency. At the same point of time, conflicts regarding money with your worker or with the person that is working under you and with you at the same point of time. So in general, this represents some sort of issues regarding stomach. So if you are a Virgo, currently eat light and avoid any sort of junk food currently, because there's a high possibility they're going to face some sort of stomach issues. But yes, I don't see any sort of like money issues coming up, but there is going to be some sort of issues with the workers and with the partner that you're working with, and at the same bonus, some sort of verbal conflicts might be happening in your marriage, right? Secondly, the Libra. So for you, the conjunction is happening in your 6th house, which is centering your money problems, your money debt, at the same point of time, enemies and the people in the service sector. for them, how is this going to work out is definitely you're going to be controlling your enemies. So any kind of office politics, if it happens in your place, currently you're going to be finding yourself in the confident mode or in the dominating position. Okay, some of the things are not going to be affecting you, but there is going to be some sort of hidden motives for which people are going to be approaching it. So that needs to be checked. Debts currently are going to be increased if and if only there is going, if and if only if you're lending away money. So currently don't lend anyone money. If that is done, then the debt problem or the money issue is not going to be coming up. But yes, keep your money safe, because currently during this conjunction also there is going to be high possibility for you to have fraud or money related issues regarding the cyber security things need to be checked down. For Scorpio, this is happening in your 5th house. Okay, representing overthinking, definitely, or in education, and at the same point of time it also represents your the relationship, which are not like not the marriage relationship, the love relationship. So currently there is going to be some sort of mental chaos, mental turbulence, at the same point of time lack of decision making for you, and relationship issues, definitely. Any kind of, if you are in love affairs and all, then that is going to get increased. The problems of love relationship is going to be seen in your life. And if you are a father or a mother, the health of your child might get a little bit problem, or might get into a little bit problem during this time. For Sagittarius, the conjunction happens in a 4th house, owning your vehicles, your mother, and your home life in general. So there's going to be some sort of issues in your mother health, and the same point of time you and your mother is not going to be in a very good terms currently. Secondly is vehicle problems you're going to be seeing, especially the controls on the communication system or the music system, or the technical issues might be coming up in your vehicle. At the same point of time, heart issues, if anyone is facing heart issues, then that might get increased currently. So during this time it is crucial for you to eat less fire, and the same point of time it is very much crucial for you to not travel too much in your own private vehicle. You can take the public transport, but private vehicle issues are going to be seen if that is overused. For Capricorn, this happens in your 3rd house, representing your writings, your efforts, and your siblings as well. So yes, conflicts with your siblings is going to be seen. At the same point of time, this current conjunction of Mercury and Mars create verbal fights with your siblings as well, and the same point of time physical fights because of Mars and Sun with Saturn. Then it comes about that there will be some sort of short travel issues and overthinking. If you have any some sort of written exams, then that might be checked, because you're going to be facing some sort of issues regarding that, the written exams, not the verbal. But this current period for career, it is good. First of all, if you maintain discipline and stay out of chaos, especially mental chaos, if you do meditation or you just calm your mind, if that is done, then this period, especially regarding career, is very much good for you. Now you have Moon, which is going to be, I'm talking about the 11th April. So you will be having Moon in your sign in the nakshatra of Shravana, which represents ups and downs in your health. And the same point of time, it represents something about the your relationship is going to be a little bit not very stable currently. It's going to be staying very much fragile yes, but someone is going to be too much pressureful in order to get what they want. So that's going to be the morning Shravana's prediction. For Kumbh or Aquarius, this conjunction is happening in your 2nd house, ruling your money, your family. At the same point of time, it also represents your the food that you take, or the things that you eat. So food poisoning definitely might be coming up for you, but at the same point of time you are also having Rahu in your sign currently in the Shatavisha nakshatra. So during this time, not a very good situation for Aquarius is going to be seen, but stay as quiet as you can, because any kind of communication or any sort of communication can backfire unknowingly. If you say good, it might not be very good to that people, or there's going to be some sort of conflict if you want to do good, okay, especially in the talking or communication domain. So keep yourself quiet currently, don't speak if too much is not necessary, okay? But yes, there's going to be some sort of hidden conspiracies or hidden inimical plans that is going to be made against you, so keep yourself protective as well. For Pisces, it is happening in your Lagna, so physical health problem and mental chaos, these two is going to be seen. At the same point of time, you need to be careful, especially regarding your work structure, because Sun and Saturn conjunction creates problem majorly in work, okay, majorly with the higher authorities and the lower authorities. So if you're in the higher authorities, you're going to face problems in the lower authorities. What kind of problems? But all fights because of Mars and Mercury conjunction. So that goes for the whole 12th zodiac house, is conjunction of 4 planets, and the transit of Mercury is going to be affecting. Transit of Mercury in Pisces is not considered good, and at the same point of time, it is very much necessary for people to be very much thoughtful currently. Okay, be a little bit of cautious about what you speak and what you tell to others. Now we're going to check about what should be the remedy that is going to be that should be done prior to Evic Tarot. Let's check what should be the guidance for collective during this time. We got the 3 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the Tower. So when these 3 comes up, 3 of them represents high potential, definitely in a good sense, but destruction coming up from the Tower. But destruction which is needed, destruction which is good for the future plans or any kind of thing that you're ambitious about or thinking about. So the 3 of Wands represents your things that you're planning for, the things which are actually in the stepping stone, like it is moving forward. The Ace of Wands represents pure ambition, at the same point of time pure creativity, and the Tower represents destruction for good. So when this 3 comes around, the general idea or the general remedy that we get on the general thing that should be done or the guidance that should be taken is whatever destruction is currently faced or whatever the problems is currently faced, you should not be fearful about it, because it opens up for a new way, or it opens up for a new possibility. So this 3 represents that initial destruction is going to be leading to some sort of gains or some sort of expansion of what you're truly doing currently. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope everything goes well with every that. But yeah, that's all for today. I'll be coming back with another video when Venus is going to be transiting this month itself. So yeah, till then, bye bye, and I'll later.